Hello, welcome to Tebtalks.com. Today we are going to look at how to use watermarks in Microsoft Word 2019. But first, what are watermarks used for? Watermarks are used in documents for various purposes, including security and authentication. Watermarks can be used to establish the authenticity and originality of a document. They help prevent unauthorized copying or forging of important documents. For example, watermarks may be used on legal documents, certificates, or contracts to deter fraudulent activities. Copyright protection. Watermarks are often employed to indicate ownership and copyright of intellectual property. They help identify the creator or owner of a document or image, discouraging unauthorized use or distribution. Publishers and photographers commonly use watermarks to protect their work. Confidentiality and privacy. Watermarks can be used to indicate the sensitivity or confidentiality of a document. They serve as a visual reminder to handle the document with care and prevent unauthorized access or disclosure. For example, confidential or draft watermarks may be added to internal memos, sensitive reports, or pre-release documents. Branding and marketing. Watermarks can be utilized as a branding or marketing tool. By adding a company logo or name as a watermark, organizations can reinforce their brand identity and promote their products or services. This is commonly done on promotional materials, product catalogs, or digital media. Document version control. Watermarks can be used to indicate the version or status of a document. This is particularly useful when multiple versions of a document are in circulation. Watermarks can display information such as draft, confidential, or version numbers to ensure that the most recent or authorized version is being referred to. It's important to note that the use of watermarks may vary depending on the specific requirements and context of a document. They can be applied in digital documents using software tools, or physical documents can be printed with watermarked backgrounds using specialized printers or paper.
We're going to show you how we can create a watermark step by step from beginning up to the end so that you can master this skill and then you can start applying it in your own documents. So to start with, I open Microsoft Word and this is the interface of Microsoft Word. So when you look at this interface, I'm going to be doing watermark. I can increase the size and ounce of all this heading for watermark. So, to insert or to put a watermark on any document, we're going to select one of the tabs in the report, and the tabs we're going to be using is what we call the design. The reason why we use design, of course, we're designing a document on how it will look after. And one of the things we look at is what we call the page background. How do you want the background of your page to be? In the page background, we look at the watermark, we look at the page colors, and also we look at the borders. So the watermark is what you're going to do first in the page background. So when you see, you move the cursor on the watermark, they are trying to tell you that you can use, you can add text or you can use other formats of what of watermark, such as agent or confidential. But you can also use custom text or even add images, and I'm going to show you how we can do that. So I'll go ahead and click on the watermark. When you click on watermark, you get this layout, which gives you some sample watermark like confidential, do not copy, draft, sample as soon as possible. So you can use any of this. For example, if I select the first one, and then you can see in the background of my page, I have the word confidential. So meaning at the end of the day, when this document is obtained as the final document, it will now be a confidential document. Even if someone come across it, he or she will know that this is a confidential document. It is only supposed to be accessed by the person who is intended to. The other thing we can do instead of this one, you can choose any of this. You can play around with all these sample watermarks which has been provided, but we can use what we call custom watermark. The custom watermark is the second option from down. So from there, when you click on custom watermark, you will get a dialog box window. On this dialog box window, we have three options. Actually, we have three radio buttons. These three radio buttons, the first one is the no watermark, meaning that you don't want a watermark. When you click on that, it means you don't want any watermark, and then when you apply, the watermark will disappear on your background document. But when you select, for example, a text watermark, it means now you have selected a watermark and it's going to be in form of a text. So you go where there's text in that box, remove the text value which is there. Right now it's I have draft, remove it and type your own text value. So I can put Tebtalks. So when I put Tebtalks, now the language is the United States English, and then I have the font name. You can select the name of the font that you want to use. Uh, we have different fonts available, so you can choose which font you want to use. I want to use Arial. Then what about the size? You can select the size of the text. Maybe I want 36. And what about the color? Then I want maybe the color to be something like that. So do you want it to be semi transparent, or you want to appear like semi transparent, meaning that it's a bit not so much transparent, just it is not it's not like when you write on top of it, like you can easily see but will not overcome the text value or the other words or paragraph that you've written on the document. So I advise that you leave it as semi transparent. And then the layout, we have either diagonal or horizontal. So diagonal, that means that you have to come from one angle to the other angle, whereas horizontal, it has to move from left to the right. So some people prefer to make it diagonal, others prefer to make it horizontal. So it's up to you to know which kind of layout that you want to use. So at the end of the day, when you're done, you click on apply. By clicking on apply, it means now you're applying what you've commanded, what you've configured in this dialog box window, and then it's going to be applied on your document. So when you press apply, now you realize that, hey, I have the word Talks in the background of my document. You can go ahead and increase the size. You can go and edit and increase the size maybe to 48. When you click apply, now you can see the size a bit increased. You can select to choose the maybe another color, maybe I want it red. So you can see when I use that, that's how it's going to be, and everything is now is fine. So at the end of the day, you can finish. Now, whenever I go to say this is the first page, if I go to another page, I go to layout, then I go to page break, and I select page break. Whenever I go to the second page, you can now see I have two pages, and they all have the same watermark. So whenever I use watermark, this one will be applied to all your documents, and of course it's going to help you. Then the other thing we can do is that we can use I mean image as a watermark. So to do that, we are going to still go to design. From design, we go to page layout, select watermark, then go to custom watermark. Now instead of text watermark, I'm going to select picture, a radio button for picture watermark. From there, I'll go ahead and select picture watermark. Now, where do you want to select the picture? Because this can be in form of a logo, it can be any image that you want to put in your document. It can be a badge, maybe you're in a school, you're dealing with a school and you want to put the badge, like if you're coming up with report cards and you want the badge of the school to appear in the background, so we can always use that. I remember like at the university when you're making annual report, you can put the logo of the university in the background of your report or the reports that you're giving out, any kind of document which is going out of the university. We use the watermark for identification, for branding, and for marketing. So uh, you have to insert the picture from any directory, could be from your files, could be from your libraries, disk drives, or the external drive. So now where do you want to get the picture from? You can also even get from the internet. or you can also get from what from the your drive. So I mean the network. So here I'm going to select from the file. Now when I select the file, I'll get the file explorer will open with different directories. Now after opening the file explorer, I have to find out where do I want to get the picture. I'll go to pictures, and then from there I will get the logo of Tebtalks. So after selecting the logo of Tebtalks, I'll go ahead and click on insert. So after inserting the logo, now you can see I have the logo inserted. Uh, Now when here it's going to be washed. Washed means that it is not going to like overcome the text on top, and we can see the address where the logo is saved. So currently you can see the logo in the background because I didn't hit apply yet. So at the end of the day, when each and everything is fine, go ahead and say apply. So when you click apply, now you can see I have the logo of the logo, Talks logo in the background of the document. When you try to move to close this, and you will see that all the pages that I have, they have this type of watermark. So this is how we can use the text, I mean the images and text watermark. The other thing we can do is that still under this one, we can choose any other maybe image from the internet. For example, what do I want to put? I want say to put the seal of I want to put maybe the Uganda and a coat of arm. I want to put the Uganda coat of arm, and this is one. Of course, I get this from internet. All these images are available on internet, so I can select this. Then I go to insert. Now the image or the picture have been inserted. Then I have to go and apply. When I select apply, now you see that here I have the Uganda coat of arm in the background of my document. So now here, assuming I'm making a document which is a government document, of course I can use the Uganda coat of arm. This is a symbol which represents the government, or which shows that this document is from the government of Uganda. And of course, you know why we use that. We say this is one way of branding showing that hey, this brand is from this sector, or is from this company, from this government. If you maybe are dealing with the government of the US, you can use any symbol to represent the government of US. If you are dealing with your private company, you can use your company logo. If you are dealing with a non-profit, you can use the organization logo. So regardless of whatever thing you're doing, as long as you know how to put the watermark. We say the watermark first, and the other thing we say before we end the video, of course, we can remove this watermark. We have the other option for removing it. When you click on that, the watermark will disappear. So once again, I'm saying that when you want to put a watermark, you have to go to the ribbon of tabs. From the ribbon of tabs, select design. Under design, you look for the page background. Then you select watermark. Then you see a lot of sample watermarks. If you don't want to use any of that, you can select one from online, more watermark from office, or you can also get custom watermark or remove watermark. Under the custom watermark, we said you can get a picture watermark or text watermark. If you select picture watermark, we say you can browse and get from any source like your file, like your OneDrive or images. So like if I select from image and say maybe US flag, can say US flag. When you select US flag, you can see I have the US flag, and then I can easily insert it in my document. So now you can see I have the US flag inserted in the middle of my document. So that is going to act as like my watermark. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I encourage you to go and practice from your own software, that is Microsoft Word. Try to see how you can make it. If you get any challenge, feel free to contact us so that we can help you. Otherwise, we love you, and let's continue and let's catch up in the next video. Thank you, guys.